Hello, everyone. It has recently come to my attention that we may have offended or upset our viewers with a previously recorded bit in our last show. We strive for excellence and hope to maintain a trusting relationship with our audience. And I offer my sincere and heartfelt apologies for any...
What are you doing?
I'm offering our sincere and heartfelt apologies to our viewers that we may have upset last
Why the
episode.
fuck are you doing that?
I don't really mean it. I'm just trying to placate this fact.
There's no entertainment value in helping people.
Promise him 2 beers, no more than 2.
My pronouns are His Holiness and Her Majesty. I envy you and your ignorance.
Hello and welcome back to All Over the Village with Corey and Sean.
Hola.
I'm sorry, it's actually all over the place. And, right now we are learning that a very important part of having a podcast is having your facts straight. And I'm going to hold you two accountable for that.
I come right out and say every show that I have done no research. So I have that disclaimer.
You have done no research at all?
No.
Well, that makes 2 of us.
No, he says he's done known research.
Oh,
I've done no.
He's done none research.
Zero research about anything we ever talk about.
Same as me, yeah. He puts the same amount of effort into this as I do.
Apparently the smart ones here are full of shit.
Hey, I watched a movie one time, so that's my research.
Okay, well, that's all you need. All right. Since we are now on a new heading, if you will, nautically speaking, let's talk about that damn sub.
What a crushing disappointment that was.
Yeah,
Yes.
we did get a subscriber this week.
We did?
Yeah.
We got a subscriber?
Is that not the sub? Is that not the sub you want to talk about? Because I don't know the guy, but I'm
He's
happy
a cool guy.
No, I was actually talking about
We're
that
up to like 25 now.
Yeah, we're killing
That
it.
guy, dude, that new subscriber, that guy's totally going to try and tell you to donate to his WhatsApp for dirty pictures.
Okay.
Well,
absolutely.
If he's convincing enough, who knows? I might just go along with it.
Will he bring us more spam WhatsApp donation solicitors?
I'm still.
That's all that matters.
What is a WhatsApp?
It's like hookers, like online. They're like, I'm so horny. Like,
I don't know what it is. I was just using the same words that he did to
oh,
make
come
myself
on.
sound smart.
I'm not the only one who gets the spam shit online. And it's like, I'm so horny. And then you call their number and they get your credit card number. They ruin your credit.
I get on our YouTube
I never
channel.
did any of that.
I get on our YouTube channel, which apparently is not popular enough to have those things yet.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll do some dirty soliciting.
It's usually Indian men.
But no, the sub I was talking about was the one that looks like a giant fleshlight that was crushed beneath the ocean.
You mean
surface.
the propane tank that they
Yes.
turned into a
yes,
into
the
a
carbon
submarine?
fiber propane tank that they said they were going to go search the Titanic with.
The homemade diving bell.
Yes.
Funny.
I actually have looked at a lot of things on the internet about this.
You've done your research?
For once. And from what I've been able to piece together, because they're picking up debris now, and body parts, they're not going to piece those. They're not going to piece those back together.
Oh, fish ate those days ago.
Yeah, small fish, very small fish. But everything about this,
They're chumming for billionaires.
yeah, it's like everything about this damn sub though that I'm reading is like, why would anybody ever get on this fucking sub? This is something that is so stupid that only rich white people would do it.
No, do you know what's actually stupid?
What?
It had actually gone down there 10 times
I
before.
thought this was
only
the 7th. This was the 7th round down there.
No, it was the 10th.
No,
Well,
I read 7.
But every time they went
Well,
down...
I just glanced at stuff on YouTube, so
I
obviously I've
glanced at
done
stuff on
one.
YouTube.
Every
too.
single person they interviewed that had been on it say, "Oh, I would never do that again. That's dangerous. They have no idea what
They
they're
said
doing.
they
That
said
thing's
every
gonna-"
single trip it lost communication for a few hours.
Well, that guy who's on TV, the Josh Gates guy, I don't remember. what
Cryptid
show's called.
hunter guy.
Yeah, He said he was actually going to shoot a show on there, and they like took him down like 4,000 feet or something like that for a test run. And he was like, "This doesn't feel right at all."
Well, they said every time
observant.
it went down, every time it went down, it weakened it. Because our dad's an engineer, and he explained it to me. He said every time it goes down, and then also, I don't know if you've seen the pictures, they were bolting monitors and shit to the hull.
Every time she goes down, she weakens me. I can guarantee you that much.
So call yourself carbon fiber.
He's not glass.
With a titanium ball.
I've been called much worse.
Well, like what is blowing my mind is everything I'm seeing, the 100% that nobody is denying is how fucking cheap the shit is that went into
They
this.
had camping gear.
So, that's it. They said remote that they drove
the Logitech controller.
The Logitech controller that you can buy for $29 on Amazon is what steers something that is supposed to go around the fucking Titanic.
Hey, they had elevator buttons too to go up and down.
Did they?
Yeah, they had.
Oh, okay.
They had two buttons. One that went up, one that went
The
down.
most tragic part of that whole thing is, I guess, the owner of the company or whatever went down and died with them. And I'm like,
Why is that
That's
tragic?
not tragic.
you are the worst scammer ever. You don't get yourself killed.
Well, yeah, you're right. I agree that he did not do it the right way.
No, it's not.
Look.
It's not tragic that he died. I mean, to some people, it
We're
probably
having a
is.
border crisis.
It's-
Are you telling me he couldn't find one illegal to go to take him down there?
An illegal don't have $250,000 to fucking afford to get on the
He can
goddamn
can pay him. They have what's
He
called
can pay with
minimum
his
wage.
life.
Sir.
That's something else too. His dumbass getting on the ship too. You know.
Well, somebody had to drive it.
You know, he took a free ride down on it. So there's $250,000 he didn't get because he just had to go with him.
You're right. So he only made $1 million off of his own death.
Well, he didn't make a goddamn thing.
Oh, he ain't gonna make shit.
He
man.
probably. I would assume it's pay in advance, just in case.
'Cause they're gonna sue the shit out of that company.
Oh yeah.
And
Well, they're gonna blame it on the dead guy.
Yeah, but-
because why wouldn't
Like,
you?
why the fuck wouldn't you?
This guy's the one that did it.
well, they
Yeah,
said,
it's like, yeah, sue him.
It's
Oh,
like,
wait.
hey, Mr. CEO had to drive it. We don't want a qualified sub guy behind the controller.
Hey, but
and we couldn't find a 6-year-old.
say what you want. That picture that they found on the seabed of just the controller that made me laugh.
Dude,
Yeah.
The controller.
I can't believe that. Like, I want it to be real, but I can't believe
I could
that's
believe it.
real.
I wouldn't
Huge.
crush.
In that it was cheaply made, and this, like we're talking, it crushed.
Well, no,
a
not that
carbon
it's
fiber
crushed,
ball.
but the fact that they just happened to find the controller
That
at
would-
all.
Like that
If
would
it
be
was
the
innocent.
greatest thing ever if they did.
If
That's-
that is the actual case and it is real that they found that controller, I don't own a game system, but I'll go buy one just so I can invest in those
yeah,
controllers
Logitech's
because
get-
they're fucking immortal.
They're
Fuck
getting my
yes.
business.
Yeah, but don't you want one that like stays connected to your console and doesn't disconnect?
No,
It was
because
wireless to begin with,
I'm going
wasn't
to try
it?
to smash it anyway. Do you know how many
Well, I
of
thought
the
it was wireless
Xbox
control.
canned
it's wireless.
hams that I
That's-
smashed?
wired controllers don't disconnect, Corey.
Oh, well, that
Mine don't.
Okay.
I've never had that issue.
Well,
I mean,
you've never taken a sub down there and
Yeah.
tried to drive it with your remote or your control.
Yeah, but well, then you also have the people who were trying to. Did you see the stories about people trying to blame Elon Musk for it?
Blame Elon
What the
Musk.
fuck did he have to do with it?
Because the ship that I guess directed the sub used his
Had a Twitter
Starlink.
account.
No, used
No,
his,
it's
no.
Starlink.
They used his internet Starlink, and so people were under the false assumption that they used Starlink to connect the ship to the sub, which is not true because Elon Musk came straight out and said no.
Why wouldn't you shoot the signal straight down from the boat instead of all the way
But
to
they
the
can.
space
It
and all the way
won't go
back
through
down?
water. It reflects.
It's almost like after you go down a couple thousand feet, it's like, hey, this is too much.
yeah.
Like it
there's-
blocks light out, but internet signal can make it through.
Oh yeah, because all they could do was there was some kind of a real, I guess, quote unquote, primitive version of text messages. That's the only kind of a communication they could do with that depth.
Well, the guy I saw.
They were down there and got murdered because they got scam called about their extended warranty on their sub, and they're like, no, I don't want it. And they're like, okay.
like fucking close the phones. but I was watching it was a video on YouTube about this documentary that the fucking CEO guy did, and he was talking about how he basically never got it certified to go to any depth
No.
because at some point, safety is just in the way.
He said it's a waste.
Yeah, it's a waste.
Safety gets in the way of innovation. Everyone knows that.
Well, no, but that was
Damn government regulations.
But
Do you know though what he said
almost
that
think
was
they're for a
correct?
reason.
You know what he said that was correct though?
What?
Was the fact that
ow.
no, he
went-
said that people
It's kind of tight in here now, isn't it?
people remember you for the risks that you take. And damn, people are going to remember this guy.
No, they're going to remember him because they had to find his remains with a fucking pool skimmer.
You know what he said that was correct? That doesn't sound right. Should that be thumping like that?
Like, oh, the windows crackle a little bit once you get down 13,000 feet.
They said it would have, like the experts said that at that depth, that it would have happened like within
Instantaneous, like
30
in a millisecond.
30 milliseconds, and they said that
No, in 1 millisecond, because they said that
Well, it said it would have taken-
been so quick that their body couldn't even register that they were in pain. There's something I watched said a thought to process in your brain takes 25 milliseconds. This crushing death of these fuckers happened in 1 millisecond. Yeah, they probably didn't feel a thing, and which is probably good because getting smashed to death with
And
four
you're-
other guys.
and your lungs
Sounds
pop.
like a Saturday night to me.
Yeah,
Your lungs pop. Your lungs pop, and your eyes.
I've been drinking some
come
Bud
out
Light.
of your head,
yeah. I'll have a beer with that guy.
Not anymore. Pride Month's over.
Fuck yeah.
It's July.
Hey, that guy would have a beer with me, but he wouldn't let me take him home, which is disappointing. It kind of shatters my ego a little bit.
Well,
But,
you're good enough to drink with, not good
At
enough
least
to-
I'm likable.
He
Yeah.
looked
Except your head.
but not lovable.
he looked at you and
Oh,
he
wait,
was like,
no, I'm
"Yo,
sorry.
what did
It was
you
lovable,
use a
not
steering
likable,
wheel?"
wasn't
Something like that.
Yeah, I don't remember how it went.
I use this old Joy-Con controller to drive my car home. It only drifts to the left constantly so that I'm always at risk of running into oncoming traffic.
Is that a gamer joke? That particular controller?
I missed like the first 3/4 of whatever he was saying.
Yeah, I was.
The beer's already
Does it make
setting
any
in.
sense if you were listening?
Were you listening?
Yes.
What did he say?
Did it make sense?
Joy-Con
Translate it.
controllers drifting. I know Joy-Con is not a terribly good company, if I remember correctly. Is that right?
Basically, it means that
He was also using a cheap, shitty controller to drive his car.
Well, at least
Yeah.
he wasn't trying to drive his fucking submarine
Well, but
down a 100-year-old shipwreck.
that's the entire reason they chose the Titanic wreck to begin with, beyond the fact that it's famous.
everybody-
Because they
knows.
really wanted to meet the captain.
No, because it was in international waters, so they weren't under any.
It's what we Spartans call a beautiful death.
But yeah, it was in international waters, so it wasn't under any government's jurisdiction. Yeah.
So he can take his
can't
uncertified sub down as far as he fucking wants, or until
Yep.
it implodes on itself.
Yeah, until it pops.
Yeah, I'm glad we're not taking the sensitive approach like everybody else to this. Like, well, these people died.
Like it's
Sorry, these people are fucking morons for getting on that goddamn thing.
Yeah, I mean, they had years and years of people going, "Hey, this isn't safe. This is not safe."
Like the only one that I almost, and I'm saying almost feel for is the fucking kid
Yeah,
of the guy who got, imploded.
he didn't want to go.
Yeah, well, there's no telling whether that's an actual true thing
That's
or
it.
somebody just made up a story to.
That's it. His mom could be like, well, he didn't want to go.
what's the dad gonna do? Say,
I know.
Like, well, I already paid the $250,000, so get on the goddamn sub.
No,
I know every time my kids go somewhere with me, their mom is like, "Well, they didn't really want to go; they just went."
Uh-huh.
So it could be the
because
same
women
kind of thing.
can't stand to see you
I thought
having
it was
a good
the aunt
time.
that was saying that.
This is the Titanic. Don't care.
Well, he was saying he wanted to bond with his father, but he was terrified of deep water.
Well, they're bonded now.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
They're completely fused.
Oh, yeah, fused.
to become one.
Like, we'll say blended together. Along with 3 other fellas,
Maybe,
including the CEO.
maybe they'll get lucky and a fucking manta ray will eat both of them. They can live on forever.
Yeah. Well, see, that one, the French
That's
guy.
ray poop.
Did you see the French guy? He'd been to the Titanic like 37 times, and he totally vouched for the safety of this fucking sub.
Whoops.
He probably got a.
It's like somebody's fucking credibility just went down a peg or two.
Yeah, this thing is completely safe. Where's my check?
I guarantee you he's probably also got stock in that company.
Yeah. He
Not
had a
anymore.
funny
I'd say
name,
he
too.
sold it pretty fucking
Oh
fast.
yeah, he cashed his out.
He's like, yes, my family will be rich. All right, you just dropped $250,000 to go see a fucking decaying shipwreck
I like how the thing was.
for the 37th time.
I like how the thing was about the size of a fucking fishbowl, and a week later they're like, "We're still looking for survivors."
Well, he said,
No,
it said it was
you're
about
not.
it was like 23 feet. It was like they said it was about the size of a minivan, and then they showed like the internal diagram showing that 3 out of the 5, like you got the captain up front, and then 3 out of the 5 people have to scrunch their knees up like almost in the fetal
That's
position.
totally enough air for 5 people.
Well, they said it was 96 hours. But
It's like, what? Okay, tell me this. What if one of them has to shit in that amount
they
of
had
time?
Ziploc baggies.
Well, yeah, but guess what? You're still gonna.
You're gonna stink.
It's good.
I
Can you
would
not
go to the-
fucking hold it?
I would go to the Titanic on that sub. I would risk it all just so I could fart in that thing at like 1,000 feet deep.
It's like, no, when we hit the bottom.
That's what happened. They got down here and somebody farted and the rest of them
Like,
tore the thing apart trying to get out.
No, it fucking threw off the pressure just enough for the hull to crack. It's like carbon fiber, huh?
Dude, I farted. Wait, you can't open the hatch.
No.
Somebody
It's like,
rolled
no,
down a
you-
window.
That stinks. So I open a window.
It's like, no, you physically can't open the hatch. They bolted it shut from the outside.
Yeah, you can't open it from the inside. That was the weirdest thing to me,
But
too.
still-
Yeah,
yeah.
that's like most, like even subs from like the 1960s of that type,
Uh-huh.
they had balls on them.
Yeah.
And basically, it's like if you got down there, something happened, and you're like, oh shit, we're like something broke, we can't get back up. They just cut the balls off,
Yep.
and then it just floated to the surface. But even if they did have that on that sub, you float to the surface, then you're just like, boy, I hope someone finds us, because we don't have a hatch to open, and we're going to suffocate anyways.
That's so
Yeah.
topical and relevant to today's world because they're cutting balls off.
Well, but to this also, did you see they had like 7 redundant systems as far as dropping weight to let it float to the surface? That's the only precaution they took safety-wise, was floating back up. What if it doesn't make it all the way down and it crushes like a fucking beer can on itself?
Well, to be fair, I
what
don't
if
think
there's
there's a
nothing to
redundant.
float?
Yeah, I don't think there's a redundancy system for after that. That's your redundancies have failed. Goodbye.
But that's what I'm saying. They use so much fucking time, energy, and money on making 7 redundancies for getting it back up. It's like, how about let's keep it from crushing itself?
Well, but also, like I said before, they were bolting
Yes.
monitors and lights to the hull.
Yeah.
Like,
They
that
bought
creates
the-
weak points.
They bought the
A little bit of
lights at
Loctite,
Camping
you'll be
World.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, a few 100,000 pounds of pressure per square inch. Or
Also, I saw videos and I was like, bro, you're charging people how much, and you can't just get like a power drill or something. They got some dude on the outside with just a ratchet,
Yeah.
just ratcheting it closed, and it's like,
$1 billion company, we're still using hand tools.
I
What
can-
the fuck?
it's like you could even you don't get
Profits
a,
above safety, baby.
I got it. Why don't you just go
This
get
America.
Go get a hammer and just nail the son of a bitch shut. Maybe a rubber mallet. I don't know.
yeah, you wouldn't want to damage the.
Yeah, you don't want to damage the carbon fiber hull. But you know what? The door or the hatch was titanium, so they understood that titanium
well, it had a titanium shell around it.
doesn't
Like,
matter. It was 5 inches of carbon fiber though underneath it.
Well, yeah, but then it had a titanium shell.
Yeah, the equivalent of fucking titanium tinfoil.
Well, yeah, you know.
Casey, I don't know if you've learned this or not, but this show, we don't care if you debunk what we say. We're going to keep arguing the point either way.
Yeah, we're not.
No, we are
I'm sorry.
factually accurate.
He's right. We're all about facts here today.
Always. Totally, factually accurate.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yes. I mean, as
No, not a bit.
I clearly
I'm going to go ahead
stated,
and disagree with you there.
no. I clearly stated on the internet that vaguely recounting stories that we read on the internet is the foundation of this show.
Yes.
Therefore, it is necessary that we be completely correct on all
Well,
of it.
if you posted it on the internet, then we know everything on the internet is true. So that is
Yes.
a factual statement now.
Well, I also read on the internet that this sub thing was, it was all filmed in Lake Michigan, and it is basically like the moon landing. We're just doing it for attention. It's like, we want people to feel sorry for the sub so the government can get away with doing something else.
American exceptionalism.
It's sleight of hand.
If you actually want the facts on it, I'll tell you this: they didn't go down
Yeah,
there.
we
The
don't.
sub didn't.
That's not what we do here.
The sub didn't fail. It was actually just a plot to
Shot down by missiles.
Appease
Torpedoes, dummy. Missiles go up.
Cthulhu. It was to appease Cthulhu so that the other billionaires could continue their long lives and gain riches, and they had to just pick a couple dudes to sacrifice.
Pizzagate.
Okay,
where they
just
sacrifice
a thought
children.
on your sacrifice to Cthulhu. He's a giant beast, right?
Yeah.
And I did refer to that fucking sub as a fleshlight.
Yes.
Oh.
That's what he was
Oh.
doing.
It all makes sense now.
I
The
didn't need
people
these
were the
facts.
rubber nubbies on the inside.
It tickles.
I didn't need these
Rib
facts.
for my pleasure.
It tickles the underside of the shaft.
Yeah.
So I'm told.
Facts.
See, that's why they sent the CEO down there, because they knew that eventually he was gonna be like, dude, I can make so much money if I just reveal the eldritch gods under the ocean. And they're like, well, you got to go now.
He's like, I'm totally gonna bite Cthulhu's dick. Watch this.
But he's sitting there faking, like it's hitting him in the back of the head. He's driving the thing. What the fuck is that? Whoa!
I imagine,
Implode!
I imagine if it were Cthulhu, you'd know it.
Well, I just said that. He'd know it.
You're getting the Cthulhu song, the story all wrong.
Are we talking about the
Yes.
Cthulhu that was
You
on
are
South Park?
You are
or-
100% mistaken on that. You need to get your information straight. You are factually inaccurate. How
Yes.
dare you all?
Yes, in reality, Cthulhu's penis is exactly 65.3 feet.
So, okay, what I have still yet to understand
3 times
is
the size of a bat.
how many Bigfoots were in the sub when the alien detonated it?
5.
Okay,
So it would be 10, but we don't know their true
10.
size.
Yeah.
you're right.
That's
You're
true.
Right. I mean, my God.
And
This
it's
is
possible.
Just, oh, God. Now we got cryptids along with everything else.
You got to put it back in the tags now.
No, actually,
I mean, has anybody also checked to see if the Chinese were involved?
no. You know, one thing that nobody
Obviously
is
they were.
checking.
Why check that?
Nobody is checking to see if Dennis Parkins is down there, and what's his name? I don't know, the missing 411 kid, Dennis Martin.
Dennis Miller?
Keith Martin.
Oh yeah, Keith Martin. Yeah, is he down there?
Keith Martin and who?
Dennis Parkins.
Dennis Prager.
Dennis Rodman.
So yeah,
Dennis
Dennis
Prager.
Rodman and Bigfoot are taking a sub down to Cthulhu's house.
No, that's where all the
Getting
missing.
Dennis, like,
Dennis Rodman and Dennis Miller are.
Man, this is going to be a really weird,
Yeah.
picture for the...
Yeah, I feel like we fucking imploded about an hour and 45 minutes into the 2-hour descent.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and watch all of our other episodes.
Thanks.
If you're
Shameless plug.
If you're looking for a little context, you're not going to find it, but keep looking.
Yeah, we started out talking about the sub, and it's kind of just this conversation, like the sub, has imploded, and thus
Where are
far
we?
we have 4 victims, 5 if you watch 2. Just as
Yeah.
bad.
But we love our subs, though, so.
Yes, our sub
Yes.
drivers.
Well, the ones that don't implode.
We will make absolutely sure that our subs aren't just carbon fiber.
No, we're gonna make.
We're going
our-
to put some Philly cheesesteak in there. Maybe some meatball marinara.
hopefully not some
That,
guac.
that sounds like a disgusting mix, but I'd
I'm
try
a
it.
little, yeah.
Well, it's subs plural, so...
Well, you could also shake
They're different
your,
ones.
Your cheese.
I prefer steak and just regular steak and cheese.
Well, I mean, I like a bacon, lettuce, and tomato with some guac on it. But
That's just a regular sandwich. That's not a sub.
Yeah.
it can be a sub.
It depends on what kind of roll you put it on. You can
did
put it on a sub roll. Could be a
Yeah.
hoagie.
Did you ask what the BLTG identified as? It's like maybe he identified as a sub.
Maybe it
Oh, I'm
identifies
sure
as a
they
finger sandwich.
do.
Yeah, they don't want to identify as finger sandwiches. It's never flattering. They leave that to us white
Maybe it
guys.
identifies as a biscuit.
Or cornbread. Like, why?
Oh, dude, I've got I'm on the internet just talking to random people,
Yes.
and so it's people all over the place,
Uh-huh.
Yes.
which is convenient.
The
for
point of
this
the
show.
internet.
Yes.
Yeah, but one of the things that people will do a lot. They'll be like, "Hey, I got this food," and they'll just post it whatever they're eating. And I was telling some of them, I was like, you guys got to try cornbread. I've got a good cornbread recipe. And they're like, oh, yeah, I'll try some. They don't sell fucking cornbread mix in Southeast Asia. And I was like, well,
Shocker.
I'm a decent person. I will just.
Southern cooking is not available in China or Japan.
Next, they're gonna tell me they ain't got biscuits and gravy neither.
Probably because they can't pronounce it.
I'll bet they don't even fry their chicken in lard. Okay, go ahead, Sean. I'm sure.
But I was
you're
like,
getting to a point.
I'll go ahead and just send them a box, because a box of cornbread mix is like $1.65, and I
Is
was
that
like,
legal in China?
yeah, it wasn't in China.
I bet
but-
Customs had a ball with that. What's this powdery stuff?
Well, no, it didn't.
Jiffy's sounds like
Customs-
contraband.
Customs didn't have an issue with it, because when I was like, oh, well, I'll just have Amazon ship it there and just be like, what's the Amazon shipping rate? And it's like, hey, your 2 boxes of cornbread mix, that will be $113. And I was like, you know what?
Fuck them.
Yeah, I was like, you guys have corn over there.
I'll send
Make
you
it
the
yourself.
recipe.
Yeah.
Like, read the recipe on the internet. They got lots of interesting shit.
That's true.
Then they have to get a box of cornmeal shipped over there, and it costs them $113.
Read up on some missing corn 11.
Yes, corn 11.
I could go for some corn right now. I'll skip breakfast.
I'm hungry too.
Oh. Hey, you know what? 4th of July is, in a couple of days, and I'm getting some corn for that.
Okay.
All right.
Why? All right.
That's fact. You wanted us. You wanted us to put facts on here, okay?
Oh, his fact is that he's getting corn for July 4th.
Yeah. You not eat corn on the 4th of July?
Actually, the corn that you're getting is not the proper kind of corn. You just regurgitated
Not
something that you heard about corn.
No, it's
and
not maize.
You're
It's not true
reporting
corn.
it as fact.
Well,
It's not.
congratulations to you.
Hey, puns are my department. All right.
Yeah.
no, I already said it.
You gotta stick to missing jokes.
I say the jokes, you miss the jokes. They talk about
The last few
Whatever.
minutes have
And then
been
it
nothing
dawns
but
on me
missing
20
jokes.
minutes later. It's like, oh, I get it now. Oh, fuck. Is that what the... boy, this sub-conversation has really
Gone off the fucking...
rails.
Well,
Yes.
no. It's really crushed at the bottom of the ocean.
Where to the fifth fucking redundancy of getting it back up, but I don't think it's going to work.
We gotta cut off your balls now.
Like, woo!
The Coast Guard is currently scouring the bottom of the ocean.
Like a
I am
sonar
completely
buoy is
confused.
somewhere?
Looking for us.
Like, yeah, we're sorry, we're gone. We're talking about corn, which Sean is now buying for July 4th.
Mm-hmm.
Corn Hub.
Corn up. Now we're just on corn.
It's all free on Corn Hub.
God damn. Corn Hub. Yeah.
Why do we even do a show?
I don't know. I don't think any of us actually have the fucking attention span to.
I just like to hear my own voice the way it
That's
really
it.
sounds.
It's like we could never actually be factually correct because we don't have the fucking attention span to collect all the facts to make the story
Or any
incredible.
facts.
At this point, we might as well just hang a lamp and just bash our heads against it like fucking moths.
Yeah.
Or get just one of those punch me clowns, put it right here.
Just lamp.
All four of us.
Do you even remember how you came up with the idea to do a podcast?
Not a fucking clue.
I'll tell you how. You were randomly talking about
Origin
just
story.
missing your favorite thing ever, which is being a wrestler, because that was your creative outlet. And I flippantly said, well, Corey, why don't you just start a podcast? Why don't you just do a podcast? You're a middle-aged white male. That's what you either kill yourself or you start a podcast. That's
Or
your,
you buy a
your two
sports car.
routes.
I gotta
And
be
you were
honest
like,
with
you know what? That's a good idea, Sean. And then you went off to study fucking electrician shit for a year. And I forgot entirely about it.
And then I reminded you.
And
you know
then
what? This
a
is a
year,
factually accurate story.
a year later, he just rolls up and is like, so,
Let's do
I'm
the
finished.
podcast.
I finished my electrician school in 2 weeks. I've been looking at podcast equipment. You know a place where we could record? And I was like, what is he asking me this for?
Because you
And
were
then
the one
he-
who
It's
agreed
your
to do
idea.
it with me.
Yeah. And by that point, it was like, it's too late to back out now. I guess I got to
even
buy a house.
Yeah, he had to buy a house, and I put his name on the show and got some mics.
And then I found out it was happening, so I showed up.
Yeah, Shane showed up, and then Casey a few months later. Was it? Yeah, it's a couple months in.
It was on like the third month.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You asked me to come on one time, and then I just.
And then it kind of just stuck. He never left.
It's like a stray dog you're petting.
I got no place else to
We
go.
went from
And we
factual guests.
We tolerate his
to
inaccuracies.
You know what? You say factual guess. I wouldn't say factual because, I mean, let's think back to the Cynthia episode.
that was all facts.
You're right. It was. I mean, Cynthia had.
And who? And then who?
It was a completely factual story when the guy went to the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
Mm-hmm.
That was fact.
You're right.
Look it up.
And who is more factual than Big Time?
I agree, big time. You cannot deny facts are facts with that man. He is just a delight to be around.
I can't wait for his next appearance.
Yeah, I talked to him about it actually. I don't know when it's going to be, but it's coming up.
He's probably booked pretty solid, so I'd say he's a tough kid.
Well, that's why I have to do it in advance.
Got a lot of dinners with the landlord.
Yeah. Oh my God, damn. This. You know what? We haven't. It just imploded. We have fucking hit a wall, imploded, and now somebody is trying to fuck us back to life. It's like, my God. Is that why we have a podcast? God damn. Have we fucking, for the love of God, have we talked about everything?
I'm pretty sure at
I
this.
don't think we've talked about anything.
Like we talked about a sub.
I'm pretty sure at this point most of the listeners just want to stick pencils up their nose and headbutt their tables.
It's like,
so.
Are they just going to go there with this awkward fucking silence trying to think of shit to say? Yes. That's exactly what
No,
we're
we
gonna
won't because Shane's going to edit it out.
do. You won't even notice it.
Fuck you.
We go an entire month between recordings and we still have nothing to talk about.
That is great, isn't it?
You think we'd have an idea or two?
And that's the whole thing. Is like we tried to get on point with the fucking sub thing because that is going on right now, and we can't even do that right. Our fucking minuscule attention spans won't fucking allow us to discuss anything at length because we're still fucking hung up on this dipshit comment about how we're a factual source of information.
What's funny is I'm going to edit this one and release it last out of the ones we record today.
Oh.
Just for proper context.
But okay, we're gonna talk about the sub a month from now.
Yeah.
That was the whole point of talking about the sub this episode, though.
That actually was. I love it.
That's a great idea.
I agree. I like it. I really do. Plus, I don't remember what the second episode was about. Oh, I do. Okay, go on.
Yeah, I don't.
Yes.
It's not going to be what we plan it to be about. If this episode's
it could
any,
be.
Obviously.
Yeah, creative editing. Yeah, you know what? I'm fine putting this episode last.
That's funny.
Like when you say it like that, your sales pitch worked on me. It's like, yes, I wanted the sub to be, relevant as far as it's in the news right now. But a month from now, when everybody has forgotten it, I think that would be even better just to get on there and make fucking jokes.
maybe it'll hit the algorithm right then.
Sounds good. And who knows what that fucker will say between now and then. I think we got enough time anyway on this one.
Oh, thank God.
Yes, thank God. Let's pull the fucking plug on
We're
this.
fucking limping across the finish line here.
No, we've already had the fucking leg cramps and some fucker is dragging our Kenyan ass across the fucking finish line.
Do we cut here?
Not yet. Yes, we cut here.
Oh, okay.
Thanks for listening. Sorry, couldn't have been better.
You know I never put this part.
People.
Promise him 2 beers, no more than 2.